The obstacle is the path. At first glance, this phrase might seem contradictory, even frustrating. We tend to think of obstacles as things that get in our way, barriers we need to remove or go around to continue on our journey. But what if the obstacle itself is not just a hindrance, but the very thing that will guide us forward? That's the powerful truth embedded in this simple phrase. The path you're meant to take isn't found by avoiding the obstacle, it's carved through it. Think about a time in your life when you faced something that felt impossible, a challenge so overwhelming that it seemed like it was blocking your entire path. In that moment, the natural instinct is to find a way out. We think, if only I could get rid of this problem, everything would be fine. But here's the thing, there is no getting rid of the obstacle. It's not something separate from your journey. It is your journey. And once you begin to embrace that, everything changes. Consider the metaphor of climbing a mountain. The mountain itself is an obstacle, a massive, looming challenge. But without it, there's no journey to take. The mountain isn't something that stands between you and your goal, it is the goal. Every step you take up that rugged terrain is part of your growth, part of your transformation. Each rock you climb, every difficult breath at higher altitudes, is what shapes you into the person you need to become to reach the summit. The struggle is the path. In everyday life, obstacles come in many forms: a difficult relationship, a job that feels like a dead end, a personal fear you can't shake. We're taught to think of these things as external barriers that prevent us from happiness, success, or fulfillment. But if you shift your mindset, you begin to see that the challenge itself holds the lessons you need. That difficult relationship? It's teaching you patience, empathy, boundaries. That dead-end job? It's pushing you to find courage, to discover what you truly want. The obstacle isn't in your way, it is the way. This idea is liberating because it changes the way we see our struggles. Instead of viewing life's challenges as things that need to be overcome or avoided, we start to see them as opportunities for growth. They're not blocking us, they're guiding us. And the moment you accept that, you step into a flow with life. You stop fighting the current, and instead, allow it to take you where you need to go. But this doesn't mean the path will be easy. Far from it. Embracing the obstacle as the path requires courage. It means facing discomfort, uncertainty, and sometimes pain. It's tempting to turn back when things get tough, to find a shortcut or an escape. But here's the truth, the things we avoid are often the very things that contain our greatest lessons. The obstacle is a mirror, reflecting back the areas where we need to grow, where we need to heal. Imagine a seed pushing through the soil. For that seed, the soil is an obstacle, a dense, heavy mass that stands between it and the light above. But the seed doesn't stop pushing. The resistance of the soil is what gives the seed the strength to grow, to break through, to bloom. Without that obstacle, the seed would remain dormant, never realizing its full potential. And so it is with us. The obstacles we face are what push us to grow, to evolve. They test our resilience, our determination, our ability to adapt. They force us to dig deep within ourselves, to find strength we didn't know we had. And when we come out the other side, we're transformed. We're not the same person who started the journey. So how can you apply this to your life today? The next time you encounter a challenge, pause. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" try asking, "What is this trying to teach me?" Look at the obstacle not as something in your way, but as a part of your path, an integral step in your journey. What can you learn from it? How can it help you grow? When you start to see obstacles in this way, you'll find that life becomes a little less overwhelming. The pressure to have everything figured out, to always be in control, begins to lift. You begin to trust the process, understanding that every challenge is part of your growth, part of your story. And in that trust, you'll find peace. The obstacle is the path. It's a reminder that the very things we think are standing in our way are the things that will ultimately move us forward. The next time you face a challenge, don't run from it. Embrace it. Walk into it with your head held high, knowing that the path through the obstacle is the path to your greatest growth.